God, I just can't do it. Lord, you just don't understand. I can't do that. I can't pray like that. I can't get up and rise early in the morning and see God's face. I got to get to sleep. But God called you to be a prayer warrior. He gave you that talent. You know what He expects you to do with it? He expects you to pray and teach somebody else how to pray. Amen. So that on the day that if the Lord tarries, when you pass on from this earth, when you stand before the Lord, you can point back down to earth and say, Lord, you give me this one talent. You give me this one thing to do. You called me to be a prayer warrior. And I prayed every day. Not only did I pray every day, but I got somebody else and I taught them how to pray. You look down there, Lord, and you see him praying. And it says, okay, Aunt, I see that I gave you that one and you made another to go with it. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Enter into the joy of the Lord. All of heaven is yours now because you've done what I told you to do. All it takes is just being that good and faithful servant. It don't take much. It just takes a little bit of work. It takes a little bit of something to reap the benefits. Oh yes, you may get a doodad run up down your spine down here. You may get a good feel on Sunday morning, but it's not going to last you when you stand before an Almighty God. He's going to look at you and say, what have you done with your talents? What have you done with what I give you? And if you ain't done nothing with it, brother, he'll say, depart from me, for I never knew you. Jesus. God, thank you, Lord. Come on. You say, Brother John, why are you preaching so hard? I'm preaching this hard because this is every last one of us.
Yes, Lord. Amen.
We're all guilty. The work is hard. The work is not easy. It wasn't easy to go get 5 more talents to match the 5 he had. But he never asked no questions, Brother Roy. He said, I've got to go get 5 more to match so that when my Lord comes back, whenever it is, Brother Dillon, I'll have it to give to him. Amen. That one that had the 2 had to work just as hard as the one that had the 5. But he said, I've got to go get it, because if I don't, my Lord's going to come back and I'm going to be undone and I cannot wind up in that shape. I must go get other 2 talents. That last one says, well, I'm not going to do the work. I'm done. You know what happened? That talent was went and got, and the Bible said, take that talent that I gave to him and give it to the one that had the 10. That's right. That had the 10. Why give it to him? Come on. That's right. Huh? Why give it to him, Aunt Willa Mae? Why not give it to the one that had the 2? Huh? The one that had the 2 worked too. The one that had the 2 went out and made 2 other talents. Why not give it to him and he'd have 5? He'd have the same amount that the other one started out with. The one that had the 5 went and made 5. If the one that had the 2 would have went and made 5 to go with the 2, he'd have got the other talent. Your work is and will be rewarded. How hard you work, it will be rewarded. I know that there is no greatness in heaven. There is one no greater than the other. There is one that's not, and there's no betterness in heaven. But there will be those that make it just by the skin of their teeth. There will be those that just barely make it into heaven. And then there will be those old saints of God that labored every day through the hardships, through the pain, through the loss of their children, through the losses going to quit no matter what comes my way. And when they get to heaven, their crowns will be there, and they'll be rewarded, and they'll have more than that one that just makes it by the skin of his teeth. Your work will be rewarded if you will just work diligently for the Lord while you're here. The Bible said when you get to heaven, you will reap the benefits of working. We want the Lord.
Yes.
Magnolia Holiness, if you'll work for God, if you'll do everything you can to further the ministry of the church, paint the walls, get out in the highways and the hedges, send the word of God out there, come to the work days, do everything you can to further the house of God. Let me ask you something, folks. If you're at home, you're sitting at your dinner table, and you knock a glass over, what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to clean it up. You're going to make sure that your house is spotless. Your house is clean. Your house is well presentable. But we got many people. They'll take care of their home. They'll make sure that their home is all fine and beautiful and is pleasurable to the eye. But the church needs a work day. Need to clean up a few spots in the carpet. Fix a few spots in the wall.
Amen.
I can't go do that.
Go ahead. Go.
I can't go down there and do that. We should care more about this house than we do any other one. I'm not saying that we have to beautify it and pretty it up and do all that so everybody can come in here and say, oh, look how gorgeous Magnolia is. But so God will look down and say, hey, they taking care of my house. They got all the decorations in my house or in their house, but they won't take care of my house. But when you come in here and you start taking care of God's house, you start fixing God's house and saying, oh, ain't no spots gonna get in the carpet in God's house if I got anything to do with it. Ain't no spots gonna get on the wall in God's house if I've got anything to do with it. Then the Lord will be able to look at you and say, hey, when you was on earth, you were faithful over a few things. You were faithful over those little things on earth. Now I'm going to make you ruler over many. Enter into the joy of the Lord and live for all eternity in a place where there's no more dying, in a place where there's no more sickness, in a place where you can live for all eternity with your family, and never again will you ever have to know shame or harm or nobody talking bad about you. And best of all, you get to live with Christ that died and gave his life for you for all eternity. The Bible said that there's a tree there that bears 12 manners of fruit every year, every month. So at any time I can just go get any kind of fruit that I want. At any time I can just go kneel down and look Jesus in the face and say thank you. At any time I can go dip my feet in the river of life. Why? Because I was faithful over the few things.
Thank you, Jesus. Yes.
Give him 5 talents. Give him 2 talents. Give him 1.